Donald Trump lauds India's rise as a prosperous country and says it is a shining example for the world. President Trump arrived this morning on a historic maiden visit to India. Assam Governor praises Guwahati University for contributing in human resources development with strong commitment. The Chief Ministers of the northeastern states thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his efforts and vision towards development of the region. Manipur's Jiri Tupul Imphal railway project likely to be completed ahead of schedule as greater part of the 45 tunnels have been completed. And in cricket, New Zealand beat India by 10 wickets in the first test at Wellington. Very good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hongita Kakuti Pathak, and now the stories in detail. US President Donald Trump has lauded India's rise as a prosperous country and said it is a shining example for the world. President Trump, along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, addressed a gathering of more than 1 lakh people at the Namaste Trump event organized at the Motera Stadium in Ahmedabad. President Trump appreciated Prime Minister Narendra Modi and called him his true friend. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Modi said new history in Indo-US relations has been retained by the visit to India by the US President Trump. The address was preceded by a 22-kilometer-long colourful India roadshow from the airport to Motera Stadium. President Trump and his wife Melania Trump, along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, arrived in a separate cavalcade at the Motera Cricket Stadium from Sabarmati Ashram. The visiting dignitary and the First Lady offered their tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at the Sabarmati Ashram. They were welcomed with the garland of hand-spun cotton yard at the ashram. President Trump, along with his wife Melania, also spun the charkha, the symbol of India's freedom movement.
Extreme poverty in your country is projected to completely disappear.
इससे उनके कंप्लीशन टाइम टेबल में कुछ परिवर्तन आया हो, लेकिन मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि वो इसे मेकअप कर लेंगे। साथियों, दो व्यक्ति हो या दो देशों के संबंध, उसका सबसे बड़ा आधार होता है Vishwas.
Earlier, President Trump arrived at the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport in Ahmedabad on his maiden two-day visit to India. He is accompanied by his daughter Ivanka, son-in-law Jared Kushner, and top brass of his administration. Prime Minister Narendra Modi personally welcomed him and US First Lady Melania Trump at the airport. A ceremonial guard of honor was accorded at the airport. Both the leaders then joined in a 22-kilometer-long Grand India Road show with artists performing along the route to the Sabarmati Ashram and then to Motera Stadium. More than 1 lakh people cheered and greeted President Trump and his entourage during the road show. After the Ahmedabad event, President Trump and his entourage left for Agra to visit the Taj Mahal. Uttar Pradesh Governor Anandiben Patel and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath welcomed the US President on his arrival in Agra. Trump and his family spent some time at the Taj Mahal complex. Later, the US President arrived in New Delhi for the main leg of the visit, during which restricted and delegation-level talks between him and Prime Minister Modi will take place tomorrow. Assam Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi, also Chancellor of Guwahati University, awarded a total of 2,530 students under various disciplines of Guwahati University on the 28th convocation held at the university premises today. Addressing the newly graduated students, the governor said that there is need to blend quality teaching with research, regular training and programs of self-improvement. He also praised the university's commitment to rigorous and strong values, which has contributed to its growth into a large institution marked by diversity in its human resources and its remarkable bio-regional situation that it has nurtured and sustained.
Additionally, it remains a goal for any education institution to teach democratic and human values. And this is something that Guwahati University is well equipped to take up.
This university
has made sincere and significant contributions in the field of higher education in the country.
The heads of the Northeast states met at Guwahati to discuss possibility and achieve sustainable development for the entire region. The meeting, titled Northeast Sustainable Goals Conclave 2020, was organized by the Niti Aayog in order to streamline the schemes launched by the Government of India. The chief ministers of different states of Northeastern region deliberated the scenario of developmental activities pursued in the region. They also thanked Prime Minister Modi for his efforts and vision towards development of the region and stand ahead. Central
officers from different northeastern states led by Prime Minister Modi began. And today
in the agricultural front, on the first anniversary of the launch of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, that is PM Kisan, Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar today launched Prime Minister's Kisan mobile application. It is aimed at broadening the reach of the scheme further. Through the app, farmers can know their payment status, correct their names, besides knowing their eligibility for the scheme and other information. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Tomar reiterated the government's commitment for doubling the farmers' income by 2022. He said Prime Minister's Kisan app will play an important role in doubling the farmers' income. Welcome back. In Manipur, 45 tunnels which are being constructed under the Jiribam Tupul Imphal Broad Gauge Railway project. A greater part of the tunnels have been completed except for tunnel number 12, which is 10.38 kilometers long, and it will be the second longest tunnel in the country. Although the target for completion of the whole project is March 2022, officials of Northeast Frontier Railway, which is undertaking the project, informed that the aim is to complete the project by December 2020. After inaugurating tunnel number 4, which is 2,265 meter in length at Maranching village, Nauni district, on Saturday, Chairman of the Railway Board, V.K. Yadav, said that the project needs to be expedited since it is important for the Indian Railways as well as for the people of Manipur. Around 6,000 to 7,000 workers are employed for the project, and they have also followed the procedures of the inner line permit system, he added. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on Sunday said that the state will witness a landscape change within 6 to 7 months since many schemes and projects have reached near completion in many parts. He said such a change will be achieved only through the support of the people and expressed confidence that the dream of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to achieve 5 trillion rupees economy by 2030 can be fulfilled. Biren was speaking as the chief guest at a workshop on the Union Budget 2020 held by the BJP office Chanchipur, Imphal West. He said that economic change made under Prime Minister Modi is to bring welfare for the people, and it gives emphasis on human-based economic change. In Rajasthan, several writers have done commendable work to enhance the literature of the state. Especially in Rajasthani literature, Chandra Prakash Deval is an eminent writer. Meanwhile, a noted drama writer Umesh Kumar Chaurasia has written various Rajasthan's history-based inspirational dramas and stories. Chandra Prakash Deval is an eminent Rajasthani writer. He has written a number of poetry collections and short stories and translated world classics like Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment and Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot. Noted contribution in Rajasthan and Hindi, he has been honoured with the Sahitya Academy Award for his Rajasthani poetry collection Pagi and also the Padma Shri in 2011.
और आदान प्रदान का सबसे बड़ा काम ये आजकल अकेडमी और दूसरी संस्थाएं भी कर रही हैं। और मैं जैसे अभी वहाँ से गेटवे फेस्ट लिट फेस्ट से लौटा हूँ मुंबई में, तो वहाँ सारी भारतीय भाषाओं के लोग थे और वो इन्हीं बातों पर सर्वाधिक जोर था कि हम कैसे एक दूसरे के क्षेत्र में ज़्यादा से अधिक आवागमन हो और उसके लिए अनुवाद के सेतु बने। अनुवाद के जो पुलिये हैं उससे एक कल्चर, एक संस्कृति यहाँ से होकर के दूसरी में जा सकती है।
It is the folk and diverse elements of Assam that has enriched the literature of the state. It has a long legacy since time immemorial, which is being still maintained by the present-day laureates. Here is a report.
Assamese language and literature has its own flavor with diverse ethnic culture and social ethos which makes its reach. Being the lingua franca between communities since time immemorial, the Assamese language and literature gets its new height. Great Assamese saint, come social reformer of the state, Srimanta Shankar Dev, an Islamic preacher from Assam, Azan Fakir, with their vivid creations started enriching Assamese literatures since 15-16 centuries.
जो folk culture है, वो जापाली, ठुलिया, बिया गीत, आई गीत, and etc. etc. So, on the basis of this folk culture, folk literature was started. जो शंकर देव और अजान फकीर ने इसको उठा लिया, तो उठा के वो लोग ने इसका व्यापक प्रसार कर दिया, जो मास एक प्रसार कर दिया.
Maintaining the legacy of these masters of the past literature, the present writers and authors of the state have taken the Assamese literature into its highest level. There are uncounted names representing Assam who have brought various laurels to the state. It is now widely believed that an initiative to popularize the folk literatures of the state in other parts of the country would create something that would astound the world.
हम लोग का जो folk culture है, ये folk culture दूसरा जगह में राजस्थान, महाराष्ट्र, उत्तर प्रदेश, पश्चिम बंगाल में जाना जरूरी है. तो ये जो नया होगा दोनों का सम्मिश्रण से, तो ये जो इंडियन जो folk culture का, folk literature का जो ये है, उसका स्तर बहुत आगे ले जाएगा. जो सारा इंडिया का जो मान विश्व में बहुत ऊपर में आ जाएगा.
Communist Party of India CPI Manipur State Council on Saturday launched a month-long mass campaign to save democracy, secularism and constitution in Imphal. The campaign is a part of the resolution adopted during the 3-day National Council meeting of the Communist Party of India held at Kolkata in the first week of February. Dr. Nara, the National Executive Member of CPI, while speaking on the function, lambasted that the ruling BJP regime for the present chaotic situation across the country. In Manipur, the Rotary Club of Polo City, Imphal, organised a cycle rally on the theme Right for a Clean Imphal City and Healthy Life on Sunday in an initiative to keep the city clean. The cycle rally was flagged off by Chairman of Tourism Corporation of Manipur, Dr. Sapam Ranjan. Dinesh Haubam, the President of Rotary Club of Polo City, Imphal, said that the cycle rally was organised to remind people of the importance of a clean environment and a healthy life. In cricket, India lost the first test match against New Zealand by 10 wickets at Bassein Reserve in Wellington today. After conceding a huge lead of 183 runs, India were bundled out for a paltry 191 runs in their second innings. New Zealand scored 9 runs required to win the match in just 10 balls to lead the 2-match series 1-0. This victory marks the 100th test win for New Zealand. Earlier, New Zealand were bowled out for 348 runs in their first innings in reply to India's 165 runs. To deal with the rising number of dead, Chaltlang neighbourhood of Aizawl, the capital of Mizoram, has come up with a 5-storied concrete cemetery which will house at least 163 artificial or ready-made graves. The cemetery will help to alleviate the rising graveyard crisis caused by the increasing population as a result of migration happening from rural areas. Chaltlang neighbourhood, where the cemetery is situated, sees some 55 to 60 people dying every year. Last year, some 83 people were buried in the Chaltlang cemetery. Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga welcomed the initiative and said that considering the subsidence witnessed in graveyards last year due to rains, the new structure comes as a relief. The cost of the project stands at 29.73 lakh rupees. The building is 80 feet tall and 16 feet wide. And before we wind up, a recap of the headlines. US President Donald Trump lauds India's rise as a prosperous country and says it is a shining example for the world. President Trump arrived this morning on a historic maiden visit to India. Assam Governor praises Guwahati University for contributing in human resources development with strong commitment. The Chief Ministers of the northeastern states thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his efforts and vision towards development of the region. Manipur's Jiri Tupul Imphal railway project likely to be completed ahead of schedule as a greater part of the 45 tunnels have been completed. And in cricket, New Zealand beat India by 10 wickets in the first test at Wellington. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.